Alright guys, hope you're doing well and you're having a good summer. We're going to start to introduce some of the tactical concepts to you, so you're going to receive some videos over the next few weeks just to give you an idea of the different things that we want to do as we kind of move forward. So as you see in this particular setup, our team is the yellow, the Chargers, right? So we're set up with a goal kick with our goalkeeper having the ball, and we're playing against the black team. So we're set up in a 4-3-3 with one holding midfielder. The opposition set up in a 4-3-3 with two holding midfielders, which is a formation we see a lot in the academy level. So as we're building out from goal kicks, we almost always want to play short, where our identity is based off possession and pressure, and we want to start that right from the goal kicks. So we're going to ask our goalkeeper to position the ball in the middle of the 6. That way it gives us both options on both sides. We're going to ask our center backs to split the 18 and to come all the way down by the 6. So we don't want them higher up here where they can be pressed. We want them deeper so they can see the whole field when the ball travels to them. We're going to ask our right back and our left back to be positioned just about 5 to 10 yards from the halfway line, which is extremely high, and our defensive midfielder, our 6, to be positioned on the top of the 18. Our 8 and our 10 are going to be positioned similar type of height to our fullbacks, but more centrally. And then our front 3, we're going to ask to go as high as possible in order to stretch the field and to keep their back 4 accountable. So from here we have a few options. If the center backs are open and on, we immediately want to play. So as that ball comes into the center back, it's going to trigger some movements, right? So right away that's going to pull our outside back into a passing lane where the right wing is not cutting it off anymore. It's going to pull our defensive midfielder over slightly, and it's going to pull our goalkeeper over to support the ball as well. We're going to ask our 8 and our 10 to stay as high for as long as possible. So for here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main options to play out of. So most teams, when they press us, will press with 4 or 5 guys. So in this case, it's making the right choice. If they press with their right winger and cut off the left back, then you can see right away we have a channel open to the central midfielder, which as that ball is traveling, our left back is positioning himself to support. And now we're going to bounce into the left back, who can then attack this space with the ball. Right? Next option we also have, if our left back still checks, if the right winger decides to stay, okay, and their central midfielder would normally be a little bit tighter there. If their center forward comes tight, we have a few options, right? We can pop the defensive midfielder into here to play through him and to play out, okay? Or if our defensive midfielder is being marked by their attacking midfielder, we want our 8 and our 10 to stay as high and for as long as possible. Then once the center back needs help, we want the timing of this run checking in, whereas this ball comes, central midfielder can either bounce into the left back there, or our 6 would then be showing underneath, where we could bounce into here and maybe play out the other side. Okay, so that's the second option from there. And if the center forward takes the angle to squeeze where he presses this direction, and they take this away, then right away we're going to bounce into the goalkeeper and look to switch the point of attack, and over here on this side look to create a 3v1 to build out. So those are the basic scenarios that we're going to be facing when we build out of our goal kicks, and obviously they change every single time. So whatever the opposition does is how we adjust also. If they send their right winger to be standing here and this left winger to be standing here, then we're going to ask our goalkeeper just to bypass straight into the outside backs and look to get on them. But our hopes are that we can build out under pressure, so when they commit these 3 or 4 guys into here, we can find ways to bounce, and now get in behind their midfield line where we have numbers up. So in this case, it'd be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if he's supporting, okay, against pretty much a 5 back here. All right, and that doesn't even include our 8 on this side. So if we can break the press early on, now we have a lot of room to penetrate higher up the field. So that's a basic overview of what we're looking to do off of our goal kicks.